evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lair of the Film Exorcist. Tonight, I will be reviewing Star Wars Resistance Season 2. Now, the story follows Kaz and his friends as they travel the galaxy trying to find the Resistance, while also constantly escaping the First Order. Now, onto my opinion. If you guys remember from my first video about Star Wars Resistance, I said I enjoyed the first season, but really, I still find most of it to be pretty childish. But I will say that during this season, it has definitely fixed some of the first season's problems, especially when it got rid of most of the stupid childish jokes that it was known for, and there is definitely a lot more spy work and a whole lot of action, and even better, this season isn't regulated to just one planet, but to the entire galaxy. So now let's see how well it really did this time. Is it a flop or a huge surprise? This time, I'd like to start with the bad things about this season, starting with Nico, who surprisingly isn't the most annoying character this time. That title would actually go to Snarl from the crew of the Galleon, who should have been the one named Screech instead of the Trandoshan, and this is because of his loud, scratchy voice that we get to hear during the beginning of the show. Another problem, which actually continues from the first season, is actually the character of Kaz, who still seems hugely like a kids-only character who screams a lot and has the dumbest ideas in the show, from sending out a message to Tam which gets them in trouble, or when he allows a First Order spy to come aboard the Colossus despite warnings from Doza and Jaeger. Finally, I wasn't too happy that the story didn't focus much on Tam's story. I mean, it only took up a few episodes, but really I would have liked to watch her time on the Star Destroyer instead of watching Kaz as he tries to feed the Colossus. Now for the good parts, starting with the characters of Tora and Sonara, who were honestly the smartest characters on this show. Both characters usually help Kaz on his missions when the episode calls for someone to fire a blaster without almost killing themselves, or when it needs someone to fix what Kaz breaks. Next, I didn't really mind the episode where the Aces learn how to pilot their ships like soldiers instead of racers, and I also enjoyed the episode where the Aces had to win back one of their pilots thanks to Hype's gambling problem. So basically, I really enjoyed the more adult episodes in the show instead of the more boring episodes. Now, I will say that Nico has improved during this show, especially since he's back to being a friend and a sidekick to Kaz. Because of this, he is more tolerable than last time. And last of all, we get to see some of the last few battle droids in the galaxy, and they're fully operational and really cool. I just wish we got to see them a whole lot more in this series, especially since I was always a huge fan of the droids, and I felt they were a better enemy in the Star Wars universe. Even better, near the end of the series, we got some of the best fighter fights since the Clone Wars and A New Hope, and the ending is worth watching all the bad episodes and the awkward moments. So I have to say, it's definitely not one of Dave Filoni's best shows, but it's definitely worth watching, and that's why I'm giving it an 8.9 out of 10, and I will recommend the entire series for those that enjoy Star Wars, fighter battles, and racing. So with that, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys soon on the Film Exorcist.